Now that we've gone over Outlaws of Thunder Junction, with every great set, there is always 4 decks. This set was absolutely amazing with so many good cards. If you have not seen that previous video, there is a link down below. But with this, I'm going to be going over the 4 commander decks, starting off with the most wanted. But first, a word from our sponsor. The sponsor of this video is me. I have started an Etsy page where I'm going to try and be selling clothes that I've designed, thought would be funny, thought would be cool, thought would be amazing on people's bodies. So I literally spent maybe a month or 2 looking at different resources and stuff to come up with the nicest clothes I could possibly find, with the coolest designs that I have done myself, with stuff like playmats, hoodies, t-shirts. I'm going to try and do phone cases. They're harder than I thought, but I do think that it is a really good thing to actually put into. So if you would like to help me out or help the channel out, please go onto my Etsy. It will be linked down below and you'll be able to find very nice clothing and also be supporting the channel. So links down below, and also if there's any other designs, I will be putting on any of my social media, so please follow me there as well. Now that that handsome devil is gone, you're probably wondering who is the commander of the deck most wanted. It's surprisingly someone we know very well, who we haven't actually seen in a fair little while, actually probably since their own wedding. We're going to be talking about Olivia. This is a really strange but amazing commander. When it comes to this, as people may possibly know, the story is now that there's portals that anyone can technically planeswalk, there are people going into different universes. So now that there's a giant massive vault with treasure inside, of course greedy Olivia wants to get her hands on it. So in this deck, the commander is Olivia Opalette Outlaw. For 1 red, white and a black, you get a legendary creature vampire assassin that is a mythic. She has flying and lifelink. Whenever one or more outlaws you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. Tap 3, sacrifice 2 treasure tokens, put 2 1/1 counters on each creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery, and she is a 3/3. So my personal opinion, I think this Olivia is okay. There is more better and powerful Olivias, but I really do like that they have started giving the commander a alt art that you get straight out of the box. That is a very good way to make people want to buy it. However, I do think they should also do it to the sub commander too, but that's just me. Overall, this commander has 2 abilities that are very good. One is to make treasure tokens, and then you use them treasure tokens to be able to put 1/1 counters on all your creatures. So if you have a vampire deck that makes a load of tokens, this is very good for that type of thing, especially since her abilities both help each other out. Absolutely amazing. To be honest, I see this with Olivia more as in the 99. You would want a commander that makes a large amount of tokens or doubles the amount of tokens, but they have to be outlaws as well. So something like having an army of assassins or pirates or anything like that, that is one of the outlaws, is a very good deck to have her in. Now again, that would make it kind of difficult since there's not many commanders that make a large amount of tokens that would also be an outlaw. So it's a very weird commander, and hopefully a lot of good cards in this deck. But you cannot have the commander without the sub-commander, and the sub-commander of the deck is Vaihan Goldwaker. For a red, white and a black, you get a legendary creature dwarf warlock that is a mythic. Other outlaws you control have vigilance and haste. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may have treasures you control become 3/3 construct assassin artifact creature tokens in addition to their other types until end of turn, and it is a 3/3. Now this is a commander. It is a cheap cost for 3 mana. It is a 3/3, so it's even, that's completely fair. But both of the abilities activate with each other, and with how easy it is to make a large amount of treasure tokens, especially now that they've added in tapped treasure tokens, you can have an army of 3/3s because it's not just a treasure per turn. I would have been fine with that. It's treasures per turn. So every single treasure you play down, there's that red card, I can't remember what it's called from the top of my head, but you get treasures for each land you control. That is absolutely amazing. Now again, you can't do it with this commander unless you add a 4th color in, but there's that green card that allows you to tap lands to make treasures as well, which again is absolutely amazing. But you could have a army of treasures, turn them all into 3/3s, but then they also get vigilance and haste from the card itself. so they all get to attack and then you get to use them after. It is absolutely amazing and absolutely broken. You can do crazy stuff with this card. But when it comes to the deck itself, we're going to start off with creatures. In this deck there is 33 creatures in total, and you get creatures just like Grenzo Harvick Riser, Academy Manufacturer, Brina the Demigorgon, Captain Leonard Storm, Chard Grey Robber, Frayne the Broker, Lorraine the Deviser, Kari the Killing Quill, Mirror Identity, Nighthawk Scavenger, Vainwitch Cavern, Captivating Crew, Grey Waters Fixer, Camber the Plunderer, Misfortune Teller, Queen Marchesa, Rankle Master of Pranks, Angelic Sellsword, Dire Fleet Ravager, Marshland Bloodcaster, Massacre Girl, Orc Slumlord, Witch of the Moors, Angrath's Marauders. There is a large amount of creatures in this deck that I did not think I would actually get to see. Stuff like Massacre Girl and Rankle are really good cards in general, and that's what I like to see. They seem to be making the decks better, but probably also pricing them up as well. So again, I do think they are getting better. However, the price might be getting too steep for some players that are new to the game or that don't really have that income to be able to spend on decks this pricey. But again, really good creatures for this deck. Now we're going to go on to the spells of this deck. When it comes to spells of this deck, there is 14 in general, but I'm only going over some of the best ones, and they are Heliod's Intervention, Back in Town, Cancel's Judgment, Painful Truths, Seize the Spotlight, Dead Before Sunrise, Mass Mutiny, Hex, and Curtain Call. I'm actually kind of a big fan when it comes to spells, creatures, and artifacts that are new to the game that you can only get in the decks. I actually do kind of like that. It gives it more reason for people to buy the deck. But you also get classical spells in this deck that are really powerful, especially a lot of good kill spells. But now we're going to go on to the artifacts of the deck. When it comes to this deck, there's 10 in total. 6 of them are mana rocks, however one of them is a new mana rock, so I'll be adding that to the list. But you get artifacts just like Idol of Oblivion and Bounty Board. Now, Idol of Oblivion is a very weird card to me. I do think it is quite a good card, but I've seen it in so many decks and I've seen so many people when it comes to their folders and bulk and stuff like that, that they constantly have it in there because it's constantly a card that is used. Having something that makes Eldrazi's is a very weird thing to me, but again, quite a good card. Now when it comes to the new Bounty Board card, again, it just makes sense why it's in this deck. You get mana, you get a cool stuff that the card does. Very good card overall. And next are the enchantments of the deck. When it comes to this, there is 5 in total, but I'll only be talking about 4. And then 4 enchantments are We Ride at Dawn, Discreet Retreat, Life Insurance, Reign of Riches. When it comes to this, I find them good, but again, I find that every part of a deck has its weakest point, which again, most decks, especially precons, definitely do, and I think the enchantments is that weak point. Now again, if you have any different thoughts and opinions, let me know in the comments down below, but I think when it comes to this, enchantments and artifacts are the weakest point, but you do get a lot of mana rocks, so again, I'm like, ooh, I don't know really how I feel, but I do like some of the art of these cards. Now finally, the lands of the deck. In this deck, there is 37 lands in total, and you get lands just like Blackcleave Cliffs, Bonder's Enclave, Cave of Kalios, Clifftop Retreat, Commander Beacon, Dragonskull Summit, Feathered Heath, Isolated Chapel, Rugged Prairie, Smothering Marsh, Vault of the Archangel. So overall, do I like this deck? Yes, I actually think this is a deck I could possibly see playing, mainly because of the sub-commander. I find the sub-commander very interesting and really good. I do think the commander is weaker, but I'm comparing it too much to the older Olivias, especially the ones that was at the wedding that let you get vampires for free, attacking and stuff. Great Olivia card, especially that altar. So good. So I do think they down-powered her a little bit, but I do think overall this deck is worth it, especially with the amount of good cards. If you are new to the game, I recommend getting this deck as a starter deck, mainly because you have really good cards that even if you get sick of this deck, you will possibly you will possibly use at some stage, stuff like Rankle and Massacre Girl. There's a lot of good cards in here that are kind of staples at this stage that I always see on the field or always hear people play when it comes to the comments down below. Overall, I give this a 7.8 out of 10, but that's just me. Let me know in the comments down below what you would give it. While you're down there, remember to like and subscribe and follow and all that YouTuber stuff. But as always, I have the previous Magic the Gathering video here, a playlist with all the Magic Gathering stuff here, and a subscribe button here, which again, all the support I've been really enjoying, and I will see you all in the next video.